السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله الذي جعل الشمس والقمر حسبانا والنجم والشجر يسجدان، فضل زمانا على زمان كما فضل مكانا على مكان وإنسانا على إنسان، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد أعلانا وأولانا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد. Welcome to Quranic Arabic Academy. Arabic Grammar Made Easy. Lesson number 60. رب يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين. رب يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين. رب يسر ولا تعسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد رسولا. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد رسولا. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد رسولا. This lesson we are going to understand the broken plural, know which isms have broken plural, know how to learn broken plural, know the i'rab of broken plural. So let's recap what we have learned so far. We are studying ism. We have learned the ism has 4 properties. Number 1, al-i'rab. Number 2, al-naw'. Number 3, al-adad. And number 4, at-ta'yin. Number 1, al-i'rab is the grammatically function of the ism in the sentence. There are 3 cases an ism can be in: halatul rafa, which shows i'rab with dhammatain; halatul nasb, the i'rab shows with fathatain; and halatul jar, the i'rab shows with kasratain. The ism is in halatul rafa is called marfu'. The ism is in halatul nasb is called mansub. The ism is in halatul jar is called majroor. Number 2 property, and now the gender. Every ism in Arabic has a gender. Number 1, mudhakkar. Number 2, muannas. We will consider every ism a mudhakkar first, unless we find the muannas signs. So there are 4 ways to know ism is muannas. Number 1, by definition, by nature they are muannas. Number 2, with the signs, and there are 3 signs. Number 1, ta marbuta. Number 2, alif maqsura. Number 3, alif mamduda. Number 3 way to find ism is muannas: most body parts in pairs are muannas. And number 4 way to find ism is muannas is the Arab, they use them as muannas. Those muannas by definition, by nature they are muannas. They are called muannas haqiqi, and the rest will be muannas sima'i. So you can again make 2 groups of muannas sima'i. Number 1 with the signs, and number 2 heard from the Arabs. Okay, those are muannas sima'i. Then we have the number 3 property of ism is al-adad, the number. So we have al-mufrad, which is a singular. Then we have al-muthanna, the dual. Then we have al-jama', the plural. We've learned the al-mufrad isms. The mufrad isms we need to learn from the dictionary and from books and build our vocabulary. We've learned the i'rab of mufrad isms, which is in marfu', the ism will have dhammatain. In mansub case, ism will have fathatain, and in majroor case, the ism will be in with kasratain. Sorry, in marfu case, dhammatain; in marfu case, fathatain; and in majrur case kasratain. Then we've learned the muthanna, the i'rab of al-muthanna. We said that after every ism, alif is the i'rab in marfu case, and the mansub case is with the waw, and before it, mansub case with the ya before it fatha, and majrur case also with the ya before it fatha. So we need to add the noon with kasra to show is muannath, al-muthanna, to show it is al-muthanna. So this is the i'rab of al-muthanna. And we've learned the muthanna shows i'rab with harf, letter, and those are two letters. One is alif in marfu case before the fatha, and number two, which is the ya in mansub and majrur case before it fatha. Then we've learned the al-jama. Jama is two types. One is jama salim or al-jam'u salim. Another one is al-jam'u al-mukassar. Jam'u salim is description isms we use to describe humans. Jama salim. So again we have jama salim mudhakkar and jama salim muannas. Or we can say jama mudhakkar salim or jama muannas salim. So jama mudhakkar salim again will show i'rab with harf. And there are two harf. Number one with the waw in marfu case before the dhamma, and in mansub and majrur case with the ya before it kasra. So these are the two isms, al-muthanna and al-jama salim. These are the two isms we've learned so far, shows the i'rab with harf. Okay, there are one more types of ism. We will learn that later in the lessons. So jama mudhakkar salim in marfu case will be with the waw before the dhamma. We need to add a noon fatha to show is jama mudhakkar salim. For example, muslimun will be muslimun in marfu case. In mansub and majrur case, muslimin with the ya before it kasra, muslimin. Okay, because a Muslim is a description ism, so we can make jama mudhakkar salim. Then we've learned jama muannas salim. Jama muannas salim will show i'rab with haraka. So in marfu case with the dhammatain, and in mansub and majrur case with kasratain. We need to add alif and the long ta to show is jama muannas salim. So muslimun, we have a singular muslimun. We add alif and ta to show is jama muannas salim, so becomes muslimat, muslimat. So we add dhammatain for marfu case, muslimatun, and we add kasra for mansub and majrur case, muslimatin, muslimatin. Now today we're going to learn the second type of jama, al-jam'ul mukassar. Al-jam'ul mukassar, the broken plural. Al-jam'ul mukassar, broken plural. And these are the few things we're going to learn today. Understand the broken plural, know which isms have broken plural, know how to learn broken plural, and the i'rab of broken plural. Non-human asma. Non-human asma are used to refer to or describe non-human objects or creatures. Example, masjidun, mosque, kitabun, book, qalamun, pen. These are the objects, non-human, and creatures, kalbun, dog, farasun, horse. These are the creatures, non-human. So non-human asma have broken plural. This is it. So non-human, all non-human asma have broken plural. The Jama Mudhakkar Salim, we've learned, is a description noun that describes a human. That will be a Jama Mudhakkar Salim. But the objects and the creatures, non-human, they are all broken plural. Al-Jam' al-Mukassar. A broken plural is that ism in which the form of the singular ism is broken, that is changed. Sometimes letters are added or deleted, and sometimes there is merely a change in the haraka. There is no fixed rules for making al-Jam' al-Mukassar. We must learn plural of ism when we learn its singular. So we learn both the singular and the plural together. This is how we learn Jama Mukassar. For example, Ismun Jama Asma'un. See, the singular is Alif Sin Mim. Alif Sin Mim. One becomes a Jama, it is broken. We add the Alif Fatha at the beginning, and the after Mim we add one more letter, which is Alif, it becomes Asma'un. This is why these isms are called broken plural. So this is how you learn Ismun Jama Asma'un, Kitabun Jama Kutubun, Qalamun Jama Aqlamun. And if you want to learn other examples, Kalbun, dog, Jama Kilabun, Kalbun Jama Kilabun. Another example, Babun Jama Abwabun. So in the dictionaries or any other resources you have, you should have Jama with it. So there is no fixed rule to make a Jama al-Mukassar. We just have to learn them, memorize them. The I'rab of al-Jam' al-Mukassar. The al-Jam' al-Mukassar noun in marfu case will be with dammatayn. The al-Jam' al-Mukassar noun in mansub case will be with fathatayn. And the Jam' al-Mukassar noun in majroor case will be with kasratayn. So the I'rab of Jam' al-Mukassar is the same of mufrad, because we've learned mufrad ism nouns in marfu case will be dammatayn. Mufrad isms noun in mansub case will be with fathatayn, and mufrad ism in majroor case will be with kasratayn. So same i'rab for al-Jam' al-Mukassar. The al-Jam' al-Mukassar noun in marfu case or in halatul rafa will be with dammatayn. The Jam' al-Mukassar noun in mansub case will be with fathatayn, and al-Jam' al-Mukassar noun in majroor case will be with kasratayn. So let's see some examples. Over here we have the mufrad isms, and over here we have Jam' al-Mukassar isms. Mufrad kitabun, Jama kutubun. Let's look at the I'rab. Kutubun, marfu is kutubun. As we've learned, the default of every ism is in halatul rafa, marfu case. Mansub case with the fathatayn, tuban, and because of the fathatayn, alif is written. And in majroor case, kutubin. Next on babun, which is mufrad. Jama mukassar is abwabun. Marfu case abwabun. Mansub case abwaban. Majroor case abwabin. Baytun, house. Jama mukassar is buyutun. We'll see over here the form of the mufrad isms broken. we have the letters different. On the ba, we have the dhamma. On the ya, in the singular, we have a sukun, but in jama, we have a dhamma. And waw is added in the form of jama, and there is no waw in the singular. This is broken from the singular. Any ism that is broken from the singular, it is called a jamul mukassar. Baytun mufrad, jama buyutun. Marfu buyutun. Mansub buyutan. Majrur buyutin. This is just to show the mufrad isms we've learnt. Just to recap, the mufrad nouns, as we just said, will be with the dhammatain. Mufrad in mansub will be fathatain, and mufrad nouns in majrur case will be kasratain. So I just want to say that mufrad isms and al-jam al-muqassar isms, the i'rab is the same. Some human nouns have broken plural. Some human nouns have broken plural. I mean, all the human nouns, most of them will be broken plural except describing nouns. So the describing nouns will fall under al-jam'u salim. Al-jam'u salim. So mufrad rajulun, al-jam'u al-mukassar rijalun. So again, same i'rab, marfu case with the dhammatain rijalun, mansub case with fathatain rijalan, and majrur case with kasratain rijalin. Next example, waladun, al-jam'u al-mukassar is awladun. Again, we can see the form of mufrad is broken, awladun. In marfu case, awladun. In mansub case, awladan. And majrur case, awladin. Bintun, a girl. Jama is banatun, broken. Marfu case, banatun. Mansub case, banatan. And majrur case, banatin. Rules of al-jam al-mukassar. We just learned that there's no rules, just to make sure again. There are no rules to make al-jam al-mukassar. Here we list some of the scales or wazn scales of the broken plural which are used most often. Yeah. So many jam al-mukassar will fall under these patterns, scales or patterns. Here are just a few examples, but in our notes will be more examples. One of the scales is af'alun. Af'alun. So if you look at the first one, mufrad qalamun, which is a pen, will fall under this pattern, aqlamun. So we have in the place of this hamza, we have hamza here. In the place of fa, we have the qaf, and in the place of ayn, we have the lam. After ayn, there will be alif there. But here we have the alif, and in the place of lam, we have the mim. Lamun. This one, khabrun, news. Khabrun. If we put khabrun on this scale, put hamza fatha first, and make the fa sukun. So akh. Then we have the ba on the ayn. After ba, we're going to have the alif. Akhbarun. So we have akhbarun. Babun falls under this scale. We add hamza at the beginning and make the fa sakin. So ab. Then we have waw there on the ayn. Then there's the alif. After it, abwabun. Waqtun, awqatun, in the same pattern. Aharun, river, on the same pattern. Anharun, after the second ha, ayin, we have the alif. Anharun. Amalun, work, deed. Amalun, so we say amalun salih, means good deed. Falls on this scale, a'malun. Now again, we have no fixed rules to make mukassar. We have some patterns. Few more scales. فعال. It's another scale. فعال. رجل, the jama mukassar will fall under this pattern. رجال. The first letter we have the kasra, and the second letter we have the fatha with alif. So here, second letter fatha with alif, and the last letter is dhammatain. رجال. Next, Jabalun, mountain, falls under this scale, which is Jibalun. Abdun, servant, falls under this scale, Ibadun. Bahrun, sea, and falls under this scale, Biharun. Kalbun, dog, falls under this scale, Ilabun. The first letter has a kasra, second letter has a alif. Here we have alif. All of them we have alif after the second letter. Kamalun, camel, falls under this scale, Imalun. Another pattern, Fu'ulun. Fu'ulun. So the first letter we have the Dhamma, second letter also Dhamma. After the second letter we have a Waw. Qalbun, which is heart, Jama, Qulubun, falls under this scale. First letter Dhamma, second letter Dhamma. After second letter we have a Waw. Qulubun. Ajrun, so we're going to make first letter Dhamma, do, second letter Dhamma, do, and we add the Waw, Jurun. Jurun. Next, Nafsun falls under this scale, soul or self. Fusun. You can see here, first letter Dhamma, second letter Dhamma, then Waw did after it. Nufusun. Aynun, fountain, falls under this scale, Uyunun. Uyunun. Another meaning of Aynun is eye, but the Jama will not fall under this scale. So if the Jama we're going to say Uyunun, this will be a fountain. The Aynun, the eye, Jama will be Ayunun. On the scale of Af'ulun. On the scale of Af'ulun. So in our notes we have more scales, you can look in there. Next, Wajhun, face, falls under this scale, Ujuhun. Malikun, king or the owner, falls under this scale, Mulukun. Again, if you don't remember the scales, don't worry. As long as we learn the Jama of every ism when we learn the Mufrad ism. So we learn Qalbun, Jama Qulubun. Nafsun, Jama Nufusun. Wajhun, Jama Ujuhun. Ajrun, Jama Ujurun. Aynun, Jama Uyunun, fountain. Malikun, Jama Mulukun. Okay, so these are the few scales. As I said, for more scales, if you want to learn the scales, we'll see in our, you'll find in the notes. Important note. Understand this carefully and apply this in all grammar we're going to learn in the future. All non-human plurals, either it is objects or creatures, all non-human plurals are treated grammatically as a singular feminine, mufrad muannath. Although it will give us the plural meaning, when we translate, we will translate plural meaning, but grammatically we will treat as mufrad muannas. This is a very important point to remember, so we can apply this later on in the lesson when we make sentences. Yeah? So the way we will use a mufrad muannas in the sentence, we will be using the al-jam'u al-mukassar the same way. Mufrad, muannas. Very important point. All non-human plurals are treated grammatically as a singular feminine. Mufrad, muannas. Again, remember this very important point. Again, if you don't remember, inshallah, we'll be covering this in the later lessons. Inshallah. This is the end of lesson 6C. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq, give us the ability and give us the barakah in our time, so we can give little time to understand Arabic grammar, so we can learn or understand the Quran. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.